Okay, so we've got this curve here and we're trying to fit two models into it. So the first model we're going to start is the parabola model, and that's the general equation for the parabola model: y equal k, where this k is the scale factor, open bracket x minus h, the horizontal shift, and close bracket square, plus v, the vertical shift. Now the next bit is you locating, because it's parabola model, we're going to locate the vertex first. So the vertex that we're going to locate is 10, 8. Therefore, it means that each value is 10 and the v value is 8. So you're going to write this equation here using the vertex values. Now we're going to substitute the other point, which is -2, 4, to find the k value. So going to substitute it in here. So then it's just substitute. I forgot the square on the previous one, so I've just rewritten it. And that's plus 8. Now rearrange. So 8 taking it to the other side becomes -4, because 4 minus 8 is -4. And then -2 minus 10 is -12, and -12 squared is 144. And that's why I've got 144k. So that's mean the k value is -4 over 144. So your final equation is y equal -4 over 144, open bracket, x minus 10 square plus 8. Now the next bit that we're going to do is writing the features for the equation. So we're going to write the features in here. So I'm just going to put a line. Okay, so I'm going to write the features for the equation. Now the first feature is the vertex, which is, as we said, is 10, 8. The second feature is the domain, which is all the x values. And you can see, if we look in here, we're starting, just changing the color. Now we're starting from x values, we're starting at -2, we're ending at 10. So x must be lower than 2. Sorry, must be greater than 2, greater than -2, and less than or equal 10. And the y values is the same, is starting from 4 and moving up to 8, so that's the range. The range is the y values needs to be greater than or equal to 4, less than or equal to 8. Now the next bit, this so far is achieved. For this particular model, you need to do the other model to get full achieved. Now the next bit is talking about the transformation. So basically comparing this to the main function. Because the main function, which is y equal x squared, it has a vertex of 0, 0. Now we have a vertex of 10, 8. It means that this function is being shifted to the right, okay, because it's positive 10, so it's being shifted to the right 10 steps to the right. Okay, and then being shifted up 8 steps. Okay, the next transformation we can talk about is we could say that it's been reflected along the x-axis because it's upside down, because we've got the scale factor as negative, and you also need to say the scale factor has been multiplied by the scale factor as 4 over 144, okay, which made it wider. Okay, so that's the parabola form. Okay, so the next one, we're going to use exactly the same shape, but this time we're going to do the trig model. Now, the trig. Okay, so the trig model, we need to choose first between the sine or the cosine. So the top one is sine and the bottom one is the cosine. And because the curve is looking more into this part of the sine, that's why we're going to use the sine model. Now the general formula of the sine model is y equal a is the amplitude, sine k the scale factor, x minus h minus plus v. The easiest way to do it is you draw your 4x1 grid, and then you draw the sine in here, and then you can see this is the part that I've highlighted, the drawn in red is the curve that you want to fit. The first point is always your h and v, and that's why and the highest point that you get is your h, so your amplitude, and this is your period, and that's why h will be -2, v is 4, amplitude is 4 because it's starting from 4 to 8, so the difference is 4. And now the period, the width of that shape that you've got is 12 because from -2 to 10, so 12, this is a quarter of the sine shape, and that's why we do 12 times 4, which is 48. So your period will be 20, so 2 pi, so your period is 48, but the k is 2 pi over 48, and simplify it will be pi over 24, and that's why you will end up with this equation. Okay, the next thing we're going to talk about features of the shape. So the first feature is the amplitude is 4, the period is 48, and the domain is x greater than -2 and less than 10. The range is y greater than 4, less than 8. The next thing we can talk about the transformations. So because we've started at -2, 4, so it means that it's been shifted 2 steps to the left, and then you could say along the x-axis, and shifted 4 steps up along the y-axis. Now the next thing as well, we're going to talk about the highest value, because the amplitude represents the highest value of the function, and the highest value is y. Thank you for watching, and good luck.